Hello guys. So this one is basically random energy that I'm feeling already, starting to feel the shift. We're already starting to shift out of the regular Libra full moon energy, or I'm already starting to feel it. And I'm just going to kind of enlighten you as to what I feel, and feel free to put in your own input. We're on the outside looking in. And what do I mean by that? I mean that this is kind of a phase that we're moving into that's a life review. And you may have heard that, you can look at it how you want. Sorry about that. I feel as if there's a shift into, I hope you guys can still hear me, because when it does that, sometimes the volume goes down. But there's this shift now into the more Taurus type of energy. And what do I mean by that? So we're on the outside looking in at our lives, getting a feel for it. You can imagine it. Imagine the energy in my hands right now, and I'm feeling my life. This is the window of my life. This is where we are right now. We're feeling the energy. Are we feeling the power? Are we feeling this power in a positive way? Are we feeling it in a negative way? Right? We're tapping into our power is another thing that's happening in this energy. And I'm going to tell you, I'm feeling some really strong energy in my hands right now. And what is this energy? It's the energy of manifestation. And when I say manifestation, do I mean like, oh my God, now we're suddenly going to have $1 million? Absolutely not. Some people might, absolutely. But for the most part, no. It's about what have we manifested? Have we manifested something in our lives that feels complete, whole, secure, worth the energy, right? That's the question that we're going to start asking ourselves right now. What behaviors have we been engaging in that have left us in situations that have left us feeling as if we've put in all this effort for nothing? We're recognizing these aspects of our lives right now. So, you know what? I should have pulled my notebook, and I may pull that in a minute. But are there certain behaviors that we've engaged in our entire lives that may be hindering us from moving forward into what it is that we really want? Whether that's romantic, whether that's work, whether that's with family, whoever that's with, or even it's just within our own selves. We are recognizing our own power, our own strength, but also what it is, what we do want to pull into our lives versus what we've actually attracted, because a lot of us are not happy with what we've attracted in. Maybe we had this idea that I'm going to be the top CEO at this company or whatever, and we're just starting to realize this is not working out for us, right? So we're re-engaging with our lives, pulling in that energy of wisdom. Has the behaviors that I've engaged in the past brought me stability, luck, safety? And if not, these are the things that we're going to push aside, or we're going to disengage from. I honestly feel that for most people, you're going to see a lot of people shifting their energy in that way. We're going to stop seeing things, and I hate to say this, but less from the emotional side and more from the practical side of, what does this bring to me? What does it really bring to me? Does it bring a hope that one day, or is it bringing me what I need? And I think we're going to push away from that. What will it possibly bring me? And go into that full-on beast mode of, okay, like for instance, let me give you a good example. So I'm going to take on a job, right? But this time when I take on this job, when I start realizing that I'm being devalued, this is a game changer now. This is not something I'm going to play with, or I'm going to try really hard to change or whatever. We're going to acknowledge this. and we're going to make the changes that we need to make based on that. Okay, so very tangible, very honest, very self-reflective, good reason skills. You're going to see that come back to life, where we're acting less from our emotional response and more from the logical, practical, physical. You may get more physical with people even, and hopefully I mean that in a romantic way, not in a fist fighting kind of way, but a lot more physical, coming back into our bodies, into our needs, and it's still going to be feelings, but it's more on a practical level. So that's the feeling that I got. Hold on a second. I just wanted to take a look at something real quick, because we do have a Taurus eclipse coming up. So this will kind of give me some ideas. I can kind of go through. But like, for instance, Aries is going to get a lot more practical as it relates to their self-value, as well as getting more practical about their money. Like, if this doesn't bring me money, if this doesn't improve my self-worth, then I don't have time for it. Again, you can look at this as usually rising sign, but it can be for the sun sign as too. For the Taurus people, if this doesn't elevate me as a person, then I'm going to let this go. Gemini, if I have to overthink it or it causes me psychological issues, I'm going to let it go. Cancer, does this bring me wish fulfillment? Like, the end result, does it bring me wish fulfillment? If it doesn't, it has to go. For Leo, is it going to boost my career? Is it going to boost my public reputation, my persona? If it's not, then I'm going to let it go. With Virgo, does this elevate me spiritually or in a legal sense? Or does it expand my horizons? If it does not do these things, the Virgo people are going to probably push that aside. Libra people, they're like, if this situation can't transition, if it's not flexible, I'm going to have to let it go. Scorpio, it's going to be more of like, does this feel like a we situation, or does it feel like me against the world? Because if it doesn't feel like a we, they're going to push it away. With Sagittarius, does this help my health? Is this good for my job? If it's not, this is what they're going to be pushing away. With Capricorn, it's about, does this bring me joy? If this does not bring me joy, if it's not creative, if it's not, then I'm going to have to let it go. Can be also situations with children, just going to say that. Could be coming up with them. If somebody's being childish with them, for instance, they're going to push that person to the side. Aquarius people, theirs is going to be, does this bring me stability? Emotionally, physically, all of that. If it doesn't, I'm going to push this away. And then with the Pisces people, can we communicate well? Do we understand each other on a deeper level? Because if we don't, I'm going to have to let that go. So that's some good examples for everybody to kind of see where I'm feeling this energy. That's the kind of energy that I'm feeling here. We're going to be, this is an eclipse coming up, but we're eclipsing out old patterns, I think, more so than people. I think it's old patterns that we're actually pushing out so that we can find experiences and people that are actually valuable to our lives. And I don't mean this, it can be considered selfish, but I don't think it is selfish. This energy is more requiring that there be equal give and take. It's requiring that I'm given my due, that I'm given the respect or the tangible things that I deserve, whether that's, emotional or physical. But I feel like with the Taurus energy, it's more physical. So that may be in the form of money or gifts. People may be expecting that more so than what they did in the past. But I just feel like this is I'm looking for something tangible. And if it does not relate to me and it does not feel tangible, then I'm going to have to let this go. That's the kind of energy that I feel coming up. So you're going to see a lot of life changes with people, changes in their living situations, changing in the way that they take care of themselves, I'm hearing. And this is on a physical level, but also emotional level. I've already said that. But it's more people getting their hands into what they really, really desire versus what they thought they wanted or what they were taught that they should want. We're going to start seeing a lot of energy around that. That's my feeling. Again, this is just predictive. I cannot promise you this is the case. This is just what I feel. So if you want to get to someone right now during this energy, like from today moving forward, the way to do it is to show someone that you value them. This is not the time to dehumanize somebody, belittle them, ridicule them, because sometimes we do that in a way to pressure people to do what we want them to do. If you want people to do things, the way to do it right now is to show them that you value them and to really show them that you value them. And I mean back it up. Don't just say the words, because Taurus will not accept empty promises, okay? So that's the kind of energy that I'm feeling here. So, like I said, a good example of that would be I go for a job and I'm like, I'm very, very serious, I'm going to do this. And they say, oh, we're going to pay you $8 an hour. In this Taurus energy, I am not going to accept that because I know I'm worth more than that, right? So that's what we're going to be seeing. What else do I want to say? Yeah, definitely new beginnings. I do see that. Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to bring up. Very much quality over quantity, quality over perception even. What does quality mean to you? This is the energy that we're moving into. We want something real, we want something tangible, and we're not playing anymore because we've graduated, is the feeling that I get. To some degree, everybody has. I do feel like these are destined changes that are coming about. But again, just like with anything else, if you put no effort into something, nothing changes. Or if it does change, it changes because somebody else changed it and you get left behind, and you don't want to be in that energy. So go for what you value and what values you. Definitely could be things around family, home, stability, roots, even though this is Taurus energy or Taurian energy is what it feels like. And I do know we have an eclipse coming up or a new moon coming up in Taurus, but I'm already starting to feel this. It's that balance. It's that balance for whatever that means. Taurus can be very stubborn too. And so we may be very stubborn in what it is that we want. We want to be valued, and we're not going to accept anything less. That's how it feels. We want the good things in life, and we're not willing to accept excuses anymore. Like, we've been accepting these excuses for so long. But I think most of us have learned our lessons, like I said, whether it's in romantic relationships, whether it's in work, whether we're expecting more from ourselves. Whatever it is, we're stubbornly saying, I have value, right? And I'm not going to accept this philosophy that I don't have value. Now, with that said, there's going to be shifts in the way that we do things, absolutely. But anyway, I do get the feeling of surprises. surprises of, I actually feel like some people that were not stable are coming into stability. I keep getting this feeling. People who were not stable before financially, in relationships, in families, whatever it is, I'm feeling where some people are going to actually move into a place of stability. It's because they're taking back their power. They're saying, I'm not going to be tossed aside. I'm not going to be belittled or dehumanized. All right. So that's just a quick little energy spill. It's what I feel. Please make sure to leave your comments down below if you're noticing any kind of energies like this about yourself or around people around you. You know, what energies are you feeling right now? Because I'm interested to know. Do I want to say anything else? We want things, this is the other thing I just got. We're wanting to keep things simple. We're not going to make it complex. We're not going to get into all kinds of mental gymnastics and mind games. It's going to be keep it simple, keep it stable, keep it tangible, keep it valuable. It has to be valuable in some way. If it's not valuable in some way, we're going to let it go. All right, guys. So that was the energy that I'm feeling. And again, I'm very welcoming to any comments that you have so we can discuss this later. But that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you again soon. Bye, guys.